people, I don't know about you, but I know people who met and 3 months later, like they were married and living together already. And you're like, oh my God, they did that so fast. No, that was their pace. That worked out for them. And
And
then
I
you have,
think that people, as they get older, shit just speeds up a little bit faster too. Also, it's like, okay, I've done this a few times in my life. I kind of get what you would hope, right? Like I kind of
Mhm.
learned my lesson. I know what works, what doesn't work for me. If you're really looking at it from a selfless perspective, where it's kind of like I found that person that's really going to be that whole for me, right?
Yeah.
And not out of loneliness or because you got to pay your bills because everything's so
A lot of
expensive.
that, bro.
'Cause that's a lot of
There's
that
a
going
lot of
around
that.
too. Like,
Mhm.
hey, my rent's due. Let's go. I
Yep.
want a boyfriend. And that's not a reason to be in a relationship either. So
No, you can find a roommate and a friend. You don't, it doesn't have to be a man. Like if you're
I
struggling,
saw that with some influencer was talking about that, and she was saying, I don't need a boyfriend or a husband to pay my bills, because now I have somebody that I have to report to, right? Because it's a relationship and you want to have common ground where you know where everybody's at all the time.
no.
But at the same time, it's like if what you're looking for is a roommate, because that's what you're looking for is a freaking roommate to pay half the bills, get a girlfriend that you don't have to let her know anything other than like, hey, I'm leaving for the weekend. Can you feed my cat?
Exactly.
That's it.
That's and I've had those conversations with friends. Like I've joked about it. Obviously my adult son still lives with me. You know, I have a 3 bedroom house. The day that he leaves here and I don't have anybody to move in here with me, it's like, I'll find a friend. I'll find a friend and we can split bills. Like, why does it have to be a man? Why do you have to put up with some shit that you don't need to just to have someone to split the bills with? That can very well be a friend. So don't ever knock that idea out. You know, I understand that the
People do it
economy
all the
that we're
time.
living in, yeah, the
Mhm.
economy that we're living in right now is not easy. There's a lot of people out there. I thank God every other day, maybe not every day. You know, I'm going to be honest that I don't need to depend on anybody to live. You know, like I have my job, my bills are paid, I still have a little bit of extra money to enjoy, and I'm very grateful because there's a lot of people today that are not there. So if you're not struggling in 2024, you need to be very grateful for that because there's a lot of people out there that are. So if you have an extra room and you have a friend and you're like, you know what, maybe it'll make my life easier to split these bills with, get it together. Now, make sure that you're compatible, right? Because we learn a lot from somebody once we move in with them, even as friends. So make
Mm-hmm.
sure that this is a girlfriend that you traveled with before, that you don't have super like off ideas and values because make sure that you have an understanding of respect. Like, hey, this isn't a revolving motel room either.
Exactly. You don't want no
Make sure
hoochie. You don't
that,
want no hoochie living with
yeah,
you.